What's up, guys? We're going to be going through some movements each and every single week for kin stretch based on either what we're going to be doing for the upcoming week in kin stretch or what we did on the previous week. So just weekly homework, things to focus on and exercise to practice, in addition, of course, to your daily CARs routine. So the last few weeks in kin stretch, we've really been focusing a lot on the hips. So today we're going to go over the 90-90 position for internal rotation of the hip. And like we talked about, that really addresses the hip capsule, which is the deepest stuff of the joint. So if you really want to improve the health of the joint, you have to go from the inside out. So we want to attack the deepest stuff in the hip capsule first. So what I'm going to do in my 90-90 position is I'm going to line my chest up over top of my front knee. I should have a 90-degree angle out from hip, ankle, and knee. I'm going to also have a 90-degree angle on my back leg, hence the 90-90 position. Okay. I'm going to draw, again, heel, knee, and hip, 90-degree angle, and then I should be able to draw a straight line from my knee to my heel. Okay? So for this video today, we're going to be focusing on the back leg. So we're going to be focusing on internal rotation. So the common thing that I'll see when people do this stretch is it's okay to have your hands behind you for support, but they'll get a lot of torque and twist from the spine and the torso. So you can see if I kind of crank back this way, lean back, I actually feel that in my low back, and I'm not really getting much internal rotation out of my hip. The other thing that I'll see is even though they stay tight here, they may let this sit bone come forward, and really at that point all you're doing is tipping your pelvis forward. Okay? So if you imagine that this is the pelvis, okay, and this is the ball of your femur, your thigh bone, and this is the hip joint, okay, and this right here is what we want internally rotating. So you want to think about from right here. So again, hands behind you is completely fine for support, but I'm going to think about keeping this sit bone down on the ground, okay, rotating from here within the hip. You should feel a pretty nasty stretch within the hip joint itself. It'll be pretty deep, kind of in this area in here, okay? So that is normal, and that's what you should feel. So as with any stretch that we do or any position that we're in, we're going to hold here for 2 minutes, really maxing out that internal rotation. Okay? Then we're going to create an isometric contraction, or PAILs contraction, from this position. So what that'll be is pushing the entire inside of the leg down into the ground, but we always start gradual. So I want you to imagine that there's a scale underneath you that you're slowly putting more weight down into. So we're going to start at about 25% pushing down. Going to ramp up, pushing down to 50%, maintaining position, nice tall torso. Now 75%. Okay, I'm going to push down. Once I'm at my safest maximum contraction of about 100%, I'm going to hold that effort for 10 seconds. Okay. After I've done that, I'm going to try to think about my rails contraction being more internal rotation. So I'm trying to either get my sit bone further to the ground without this knee coming up, or I'm going to think about this heel getting a little bit lighter off the ground. So whichever of those you feel more intensification of the stretch is what I want you to focus on. Okay? And you're going to hold that effort for about 10 to 15 seconds. Relax into your new position. You should have gained a little more range. And then you're going to hold there for anywhere from 30 seconds and up. Make sure you continue to breathe throughout the stretch.